Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, hi, hi. I totally forgot it was Tuesday. Don't ask me how, but I did. I forgot it was Tuesday. Let's see. Hold on. Tuesday. Totally forgot. It has been, let's be honest, it has been a wild roller coaster of a month. So many of you guys are close to promoting. So many of your teammates are close to promoting. Like, it has just been fire. My phone is going to slide. I totally forgot, like I said, I totally forgot it was Tuesday. And then I sat down on the couch and I grabbed the blanket because it's cold as Antarctica. Now my phone is going to ding. Real life here, real life. But it's been crazy. It's been absolutely nut job. And it's hard to keep track. It is literally so hard to keep track. And I'm watching everything and I'm watching everybody and I'm writing down numbers. And because let's be honest, I barely even know what my numbers are day to day, let alone what Jennifer, your numbers were yesterday compared to today. Did it go up? Did it go down? I don't know. I have to write it all down. So it's been wild. I'm not even talking. We have five that could promote. 100%. There's 5 of you that could promote this month. And that's like a lot. And I'm not talking just a certified either. So it has been a whirlwind. And then it's cold. So I'm like, cold. So let's talk. We're talking all about running things offline this month here in the leaders group. I don't even know what I'm thinking. What am I thinking? Oh, yes. Offline. We're running things offline. We talked about Mr. Cookies and Ass. He's in the bedroom. But once he sees that I have the blanket out that you got me, he'll be out here in a minute. See? As soon as he sees I got this one out, he'll be here. Because this apparently is his blanket. It's cold. I am freezing. I have a t-shirt, a hoodie, wool socks, pants, and a blanket. And I'm still cold. Can't do this cold. And I was sitting over at my desk with the blanket that we got from Alaska. So I was sitting over there. That one is just a tad bit too small for me. I need it to be a little bit longer, but it's a tad bit too small, but it works. So we're talking about offline. We're talking about running our systems offline. We talked about the reasons why last week, like how it could be important to have systems off of Facebook, right? It is for short people. It's not for long people. I have to turn it at a diagonal. This week I want to talk to you guys about your customers. Are you tracking them offline? And this truly hit on the first. So the launch on the first went wackadoodle crazy. And what happened was the workstation locked people out. We couldn't do orders in the workstation. You could only do orders on a PWS. People were blowing up my text messages with, how do I get addresses? How do I get phone numbers? I can't place an order because all of your customer information is locked in the workstation. That's when it hit me that y'all need some training on how to run things off of Facebook. Because so many of us and so many of our teammates, it gets busy. We forget things. It truly is. It hasn't, I'm not saying mean things or one thing or another. It just truly is the fact that, we're busy. It's busy. Things get forgotten. We forget to coach our team in, hey, make sure you have it wrote down. Make sure you have everything wrote down, phone number, email, address, all of the things. Make sure you have all it wrote down on top of it so that you can order it either way. Because things had been running really smooth for a very, very long time. We hadn't really had an issue in a while. So there was that moment when we really, truly didn't think we needed it. And then the first hit. And people lost out on orders because they were locked out of the workstation. Because you could only get it on the PWS. And Jack left. That super cheap Jack left. Why? Because people hurried up and transitioned. But if you can't transition, you're out of luck. Again, for us, it's a super easy thing. We've been doing this for a while, but our teammates have not. And it's something that we kind of need to make sure that we're getting back into. Make sure that you have everything wrote down and make sure that you can do the orders one way or another. And that also helps which one you can get in faster. If you're in the queue in both the workstation and the PWS, if you're prepared, it doesn't matter which one goes first. Sure, it can mess up host rewards, but at least you got your orders in. That was my thing. That was my screw up, is I had all my host rewards all set up and everything like that. And I had some parties that I didn't have on my PWS. So if I put them on my PWS, I couldn't attach it to the party anyway. That was my fault, is what it is. So it's just one of those things where it was like, we really need to talk about this. What if the workstation goes down? Can you run your business? Do you know when launches are happening? If the news tab is wonky, we all know it is, and we all hate it, and there's nothing we can do about it. Can you tell somebody what the price is and the day and the time that it is going to launch without going to the news tab? The answer for probably 100% of you guys is, I can maybe say some things, but not everything. So having a way to have access to that information without relying on the workstation is, to me, a huge thing. Am I saying you have to track all of the stuff all of the time? No. Am I saying that you have to track all of your customers all of the time? No. But tracking your customers that you either currently have, if you're doing monthly mailers and these are the ones that are getting my monthly mailer right now. One, it saves you time because you can just automatically hurry up, download it, and then upload it for your address labels. But those are your current customers. That's it. Super simple. If you don't want to go that route, we all have those customers that order a lot, that it's something that we communicate with them a lot, or they just order a ton and we're constantly putting in orders for them. You put them in your notes on your phone. If you're a notes in your phone type of person, put it in a notebook, put it in a Google Drive, put it in a Excel spreadsheet, put it in a text message. Like, I send myself text messages literally every day. No joke. I send myself text messages and I send myself Facebook messages literally every single day. So send yourself a text message with the addresses, the email, the phone number of the customers that you constantly use. So if the workstation is down, it's there. It's just one of those things. Like I said, on the first, it screwed a lot of people because they could not get into the workstation. They could not get addresses. So it's really something to think about, and it's really something to maybe focus on for your team, maybe in the spring and the summer. A good system, a good way to track your customers. Because if the workstation goes down, can you run your business? Literally, if the workstation was unavailable, sure, you could ship everything to yourself. A lot of people did that. I'm just going to hurry and ship it to me and then I'm going to ship it out. Then you're eating costs. That sucks. Can you run your business if the workstation went down? Can you give people the information in that they need if the workstation went down or you couldn't figure it out? I cannot get to this article. What are you going to do? More than likely, you're going to come and ask me. But we want to foster independent consultants, right? So what do? We teach our teams how to do those things. I want you guys to all be independent sensing consultants. We all have mess ups. Like, I get that. But I want you guys to be independent sensing consultants. Use the news tab, have a backup. What's your backup? And if you're not, like, I use Trello for new releases. I have a Trello board for new releases. The link to the article goes in there. The graphics go in there. And the actual full article goes in there. That's just me. And that's not for everybody. And that's totally fine. Maybe it's just sticking it on a Word document. Maybe it is having albums in your Facebook team page. Heather is amazing. God love Heather. Heather is amazing about doing the albums in our team page. And she always sticks a link to the article. But what if Facebook went down? Like, I'm one of those people who like back up my backup of stuff because that's just who I am. I'm OCD. And I think it's because I run so many different businesses that I kind of have to have a backup of a backup of a backup. But it truly is. That's truly the reason for it. If the news tab goes down, I have Trello. If Trello, I can't get into Trello for some reason, I have the Facebook team page that has a link. What is your system that you have to get the information and what you need? And there are some things that she doesn't do albums for, but are important bits of information. So I have those saved. And once that item is gone, I delete the album. Because I hate clutter. So it's gone. But I save it in my Trello board so that I can go back to old pictures. Like when Hogwarts came out again, I had all of the old pictures already saved in my Trello board. I knew how much it was last time. I knew how much certain items were that we were all, like a lot of you were waiting on prices for. I knew because I had the old articles. It could kind of help you prep a little bit too. If you know something is coming, you have the old pictures. It's almost a way of organizing too. I organize all my pictures in there and stuff. But again, Trello is not for everybody, so don't feel like you have to use Trello. That's just what I use. I think there's another one called Boards. I don't use that one, but I think it's very similar. Like I said, make an album in your phone if you're a phone person. Make an album in Google. Make an album in Canva. I don't know how you could do that. If I thought about it long enough, I'd probably figure it out. Do something that works for you, but it is truly something to think about. The articles in the news tab is more for you as a leader. You need to have a way to access that information for your team if you can't get in the news tab. Tracking your customers, that is also for you and for your team. Because the first was a huge eye-opener as to how many teammates really truly were screwed. So I really think it's something to think about and think about what's going to work for you. Jennifer, I know you're not a spreadsheet person, so I don't know. It's one of those things where you might have to think of a different way. But for me, I do have a Google Sheets and I keep track of a lot of things. And like I said, I'm not telling you to keep track of every single customer you ever had. Keep track of ones that you use often. Keep track of your current ones. Even if it is just name, phone number, email, and address. If that's all you need, then that's all you need. But you need to have a way, because like I said, the first was a huge eye-opener. So many people got mad, so many people got upset, so many people lost out because they truly weren't prepared and they couldn't switch. They couldn't get out of the whole, I need to do it on the workstation, I have rewards. And that's good. But now here's the deal. Have you taught your team that? Yeah, there are more effective ways and efficient ways, but you've got to do what works for you. Just because it works for me and just because it works for somebody else doesn't mean it's, that it is the right way. It's just how our brains work. The biggest thing is, are you reminding your team that? Are you coaching your team that? That's a huge, huge thing, because we know what we're doing. Does our team know? And we used to do that. And I'll be honest, I used to remind everybody, make sure you have all your junk wrote down, make sure you're prepared. But it's also you guys as leaders to prep your team accordingly. It's not my job to prep everybody. It's my job to prep my frontline. The majority of my frontline are leaders. So it is really important for you to make sure that you are explaining that and kind of coaching your team on that information. Now, am I saying to go do it right now? I probably wouldn't. Right now, we're just focused on getting through the seasons. But it is something to definitely put a pin in and circle back to. Maybe during the spring and summer when we're a little bit slower, let's start systems on how to track our customers. It's also, I track my whole entire customer list of current customers with all of the information. When was their last order date, so I know when to pull them off of my mailer list, along with what PRV they order, what were their orders. And the reason I do that, then I can pull my top 20 for a top 20 party very, very easily. I can then also pull it for a club. Dude, you've ordered every single month for the past 4 months, you're going to do a club. I can also do this for hosts. I could also do this for joint conversations very quickly. There's no running reports. It's literally, I go to one spreadsheet and I can look. And then I keep track. Have I asked this person to host? Have I asked this person to join? Have I asked this person to do this? Have I asked this person to do that? It's very simple because they're all color coded. If this one's highlighted orange, it's been asked this. If it's highlighted blue, it's been asked that. If it's highlighted pink, it's been asked this. Makes it very, very simple. Very simple. So that's what I do, and I'm not saying that's what you have to do. It's just truly something I really think you need to jot down. I need you to think about it, because there were some upset consultants because they could not get into the workstation to order Jack, and it sold out, and they couldn't do it on the PWS because their mind couldn't do it, and all the information was locked in their workstation. It never dawned on them to do it another way. It never dawned on them to be prepared, because we've always had really good, not always, but here lately, it's been very, very easy, very, very smooth launches. This was a good wake-up call, because they don't always go smooth. They aren't always smooth. They used to not shut down the workstation. You just held your breath. So it's something very important, I think. And it's one of those things. If the workstation went away, could you run your business? My answer is yes, I could run it 100% without the workstation. It would be a little bit trickier, but I could run my business 100% without the workstation. I would know addresses, phone numbers, emails. I would know when their last order was. I know who my club members are. I know who my top customers are. Like, I know all of the important information that I need on a daily basis with one sheet. So yes, I can. Could I when I started? No. It is taking me 6 years to get to this point, but it is truly something that you should think about. And then, like I said, then the news tab articles, I think, are important, because as a leader, people come to you. What time does this launch? Which is so stupid. I hate that question. How much is this? What are the details on that? Can I use host rewards? That's always a big one. Can I put it in a bundle and save? That's always another question I get all the time. All of that is in the news tab article. Do we have to answer those questions? No, they should read the news tab article. But you need to have a way to get to it very, very quickly. And sometimes the news tab does not work. Mine has a tendency that when I hit more, like it says that view more at the bottom, when I hit view more, there ain't a damn article there. It just is what it is, what it is. So for me, that's super frustrating, but it's okay, because I have the whole entire article copied. And then I throw any pictures that I see. We all see live pictures, right? You all see Facebook, and you'll see so-and-so post their warmer of the month. Canada has already started getting their warmer of the month. So there are live pictures of the warmer of the month already that are out and about. So what do? I take those and I transfer to Trello. Every single picture. So it's very easy organized. And I can access Trello from my phone. Again, I'm not saying Trello is the meet-all, beat-all, but I'm just saying it's super simple if you have a place to store the information all together, because so much I hear often is, I can't find this. I can't find that. I saw it, but I don't know where it's at. I saved it, but I don't remember where I saved it at. So think of ways that you can cut down the looking for thing time. If you know, okay, I know where the new released pictures are. I know where the information is. I don't have to log into your workstation. Dude, sometimes logging into the workstation is like 4 logins. So you don't have to log into the workstation. You don't have to search for the article. You don't have to search for the graphics. You don't have to go to the Facebook page and find the album and then open the album and click the link. Like, you have it all very organized and easy to get to. That will save you time. Saving you time gives you more free time. Things clicking? So, truly something to think on. I'll be posting throughout the week some ideas on reasons why, how to track customers, how to do things off of Facebook, things like that. But it is something definitely to put a pin in. My nose is stuffed up all of a sudden. And it's something to definitely talk to your team about. Another leader, not on our team, on a different team, she polled her team, and so many of them said, I want ways to work my business off of Facebook. I don't want to be on Facebook as much as I am. And you hear that a lot. That's where this is coming from. So many people are wanting off of Facebook. They have their notifications turned off on groups. I do. They don't look at their phone as often. They want more family time. Well, if they're at family time, they ain't looking in your group. And then they have to remember to go in and look in your group. So that is where this is coming from. I truly feel that to be successful in this business, you need to be able to have a very good presence off of Facebook. You need to be off of the workstation. You need to have these things so that there's no hiccups. So if you have questions, please ask. If you have ideas, if you are currently tracking your customers off of Facebook, off of the workstation, let us know how you're doing it. If you are tracking new releases or news tab articles, let us know how you're doing it. What are your ways that you're helping your team learn to do this? Tell us so that you can share your ideas. Because my way is not the end all be all. It's just what I do that works, because my brain is OCD, so it works for me. All right. I think that's it. Truly something to think about. So let me know your thoughts. Do you feel that this is something that is important for your business? Do you feel it's not important to your business? Are you in the mindset that I don't need to track things off of Workstation? That's why it's there. And if so, that's totally cool. Just let me know. I love to know what your guys' thoughts are. I have a different way of thinking than some people. So doesn't mean it's right, doesn't mean it's wrong. So I love to hear everybody else's opinions. And what do you think? Do you think you need a way? Do you not think you need a way? And go from there. All right. I'm going to go heat up a dinner for Tyler. And I'm going to hide under a blanket forever and ever. So I will talk to you guys later.